Hello everyone. Good morning. The voice hear me good, right? Thank you, Kathy. Yes, welcome to this film flower and leaves. Leaves. Do you call it leaves? Painting. I'm in my workshop. I'm in Southern California, and this kind of things is very common. So I think this is common to many places. I mean, even in the winter time outside in Southern California is with just no problem. Okay, first, I think let's do the sketch for you sketch the line, contour line, brushwork first, because we need a little bit time for waiting drying process, and then we explain the technique of color and do color, even the single petals practicing. Okay, I always ask my students the correct size for this paper, and also prepare two pieces. So I choose one, good, and the other one probably not perfect, for practicing single petal later, or try the color when we preparing for put on the working paper. Okay, so put this aside, and I directly use the I'm doing the sketch on this perfect paper, and clip it on the lightbox. Yeah, look at the sample paper, sample painting, because the flower here and the leaves here partially kind of out of frame, right? And leave some space this side. However, there's a triangle things there, and we are going to put name and the name seal, or I'm going to put a little bit of calligraphy here as the inscription or title. Okay, I clip this. We have plenty room for this, so leave some space here, the big flower there. And ink, light ink, better you use, avoid the the overnight ink. I need to get my printout. Oh, my head. We are doing the shower place. We got the leak sealing from the pipe, and we are doing some remodeling of things. That's why I got very limited clothing and out, and I tried to say, oh, it's transparent, because it's too close to the background. Then I back to change. Okay, so now I need to to get my print out the line for the counter line. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, thank you for waiting. So this sample with everything that you see clearly for the whole composition. However, my previous study, you can see in the handout, for these steps, I leave out the center, the statements, whatever, still, yeah, leave that later. I will do while doing, yeah. Okay, clip this, put this underneath of this transparent paper. And with mica, it's your working place, okay? It's a working surface side. And you prepare a sponge or paper towel because we want light ink, but we do not want you get the too wet the bristle and cause the smearing. Okay, so always need the paper towel. For light ink, but not smearing, not too, because the glue. I'm going to use the liner brush to do the petal first, the outer line. And as you can see, for these leaves, the outer line is much stronger, or say rough strokes. So I will change to another brush, either 7 Wolf 3 sheeps, or some, you know, this is finer liner, blue heron liner brush. Okay, your brush dip in the water to wet it, and then your light ink. And you want to test on your testing paper, see was that light enough for you to do the outline of the petals, because the petal, you can see, right, very light, but without this line, that's not the Gongbi for this piece. And lots of very light place, right? And even later it shows the line. Okay, so but we need the beautiful line, so called, some pressing and some lifting for so-called calligraphy line. Very light. Yeah, that's about. You can do a little bit darker. And if your brush is too wet, no matter ink or color, I always do like the paper towel to do get rid of too much water from the belly, from the root of the bristle. When you do this, the water will drop. Okay, I will do the petal first. The biggest flower is here. You kind of do the petals like the 2 strokes, right? From the tip down, left hand side and the right hand side, and do kind of we say pressing and lifting. Do the nail head rest tail. I do bigger. Okay. Nail head, and then big pressing, and then lifting gradually, rest tail. Do this kind of stroke, but follow the size a little bit, because later we want to see this kind of line, but need to be beautiful line. Okay, that's the this piece for Gongbi. Okay, always watch the colorful, because sometimes confusing, some borrowed line from underneath. The kind of a vein line, you can do one a little bit. Yeah, control the direction. Okay, follow it. The reason I said that do 2 strokes for the petal tip is to show some a little bit details on the tip place. Yeah, always watch the colorful one. You'll understand more. I mean, easier to follow. And kind of just underneath piece is just the reference, You understand from the colorful one, and then it will helpful. You do it, even your strokes a little bit off. You do not have to really, Oh, the curve like that. So never mind, a little bit off. Oh, still this is the whole piece of the petal. And my curve can be mine, no problem. Let's continue, go. Yet here is the partial of this piece. Here actually a little bit sometimes very hard to follow. You miss a little bit. Some places okay, not that detailed. That's why like the 2 different works for people to design the whole composition, the line work. That's very hard, from picture, from a photo to with some rules to do become this sample sketching template. Like 2 strokes with this shape for the leaves. That's the rule. Of course you can do from your picture, but learn this first, right? Some basic things here, and later you will understand. Oh, design like that, or template. And yeah, we have the book to with the lots of template for other flowers. So that's the artist expert do that. And of course someday you can do yourself. Oh, leaves, we should do like that. And the composition need to be like 3 flowers or 2 flowers. And where need to be the line for the flower? See, when I do the tip for the nail head, I can go this way from the bottom and a little bit of pause there. So what direction for you feel comfortable to do the to work, you know. That's okay. If needed, you can twist, rotate your paper, your light box. It's very common. Some people just comfortable with the downward strokes, and some people okay with both up and down. So remember how with some pressing and the lifting, and try to follow to see the colorful piece and to figure out the curves. Follow the curves. Yeah, very easy to make some easier straight line. And the tip, you get some a little bit of pause there. Okay. Yeah, watch the colorful piece, easier to clarify, whereas the whole piece of this piece. Cannot see very clear. Sometimes I lift the paper to see. See, I missed a big one here. So with the line underneath, sometimes hard to tell which one. I have done it on my paper, and whereas the one I see is just the template underneath. Okay, this flower seems completed. And the bud, ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, so totally 5. So the bud, same brush I'm using, you know, for tender, fine line for the petal. Yeah, a little bit space or a little bit, you know, the line indicated because they are very close together still, but right. Yeah, all of those lines we want to see. We want to see. Okay, that's fine. Line works. Yeah, at your completed work, finished work, we want to see it. So I'm very patient to make the beautiful line for it. Otherwise, you'll say, oh, there is just, I circle some things, and later, just for the block, for the where to put what kind of color. And later, oh, it shows, oh, it's still there. Okay, next time. I regret this time and need to practice more or be more patient to do better line next time. At the tip place for the bud, need to show some, strokes, either ending part or starting part. Like sharp tip, not the perfect whole piece circle. Okay. Like from different pieces, but very tightly together. But that's what butt looks like. I mean, like a few strokes together. Okay, yeah. Lift up check. Okay, other bud I'm working on. Lots of people was thinking or saying, like, with patience to do this slowly, the line work, black and white ink work is very meditating. I think so too. Good. Another one. And 1, 2, 3. One more. Yeah, watch this, the expert sample colorful one, understand more. It will tell you more about which one is more important to be defined and which one is okay if you missed a little bit. Oh, position too forward and my hair. Did I finish all of the flower tender petal part? I think so. So one big one, and here is the sample. Yeah, one big one and 4. But yes. Okay, now I change to a little bit rougher brush. I use the 7 watt 3 sheep 1. That's one. To do the rest of. We still want the beautiful line, but with a little bit of darker ink. Yeah, look at the sample paper. I mean sample painting. Darker ink and a little bit, you know, stiffer, more stiff the brush, and make a little bit stronger line. Best. Yeah. Okay, I will do the larger one. this piece actually kind of finished the top one. Okay, same thing, huh? When you do here, a little bit pause at this place, sunken place. Okay. Pause and do a little bit back for the nail head nail place, and then yeah, this kind of things. Pause to make the nail head. Pause. Okay, I finished the kind of look at the whole structure. I finished this part so I have room for my paper, and you don't have to if you don't want. for this piece, yeah, the sample painting, the artist do the partial, and very common. So like out of the frame, still can. Here is a little things and continue here, finish. Here is the pass, and then repass. And close that. Yeah, when you're not very sure for some borderline or some things, you can clarify. You can see the colorful. It helped a lot here. Pass. Here. Okay, so this piece and this piece, totally 3 pieces, right? But some overlapping. Yeah, some overlapping things behind the flower petal, but take advantage of the pausing place so to break down some long strokes, right? See, I need to rotate. Pass and kind of 2 waves someplace, not just the simple straight wave. Okay, here is the tip of or the small branch for this, I'm not sure. At the co-composition here need to be some things at the base of the painting paper. Did I finished all of them? Okay, and now I'm going to do this, what is called the stem or branch or some things. Yes, stroke by stroke, but kind of lost and found. for the small things, doesn't have to be perfect line, you know, and feel easy to go kind of, yeah. Okay, then I do a little bit of two strokes like that, you know, large and small, you know, to different direction, you know, to the two sides. Okay. Yeah, later when we put the, yeah, try to make the different direction from two sides, not all parallel. Yeah, some big, some small. Yeah, all the way to the petal. Do not leave any blank things here, because later when you put the color, it will shows weird. Yeah, it's basically with some rules and elaborate painting, right? Fine line work, of course, line quality. But some things, when you understand a little bit expressive, right? See this two things, like arrow shape things. It doesn't have to be exactly followed. Yeah, since you understand, you're a little bit afraid to do. Make the whole things even more vivid, you know, and make sense. Doesn't have to be feel so hard to follow each line. Yeah, and remember like to the all the way to the flower. Do not leave any blank here. Okay, and the sepals also we want to do. Yeah, watch the colorful piece. The sample piece, and you understand more. Okay, and for the some line of the wing of the petals, it helps. So if needed, I did a little bit like a 1 to 2, right, to show even the finished work, to show this, help you help the viewer to tell the vivid flower, that direction of it. Okay, I'm continue to do the stem for other, but about the same thing. Also petal. I mean, subtle. Yeah, some are not serious like the throne, but sepal-like throne, or eventually become the sepal since at this connection part. So make some beautiful lines and make whole things become the stem. Like 2 strokes to form the sepal-like things or throne-like things, arrow. You know, without this line, if you just put the color, it's different looking for the finished work. Okay, and we call this arrow, but with some width. Okay, with some direction, not just the straight line. Okay. Yeah, it shows in the finished work. Yeah, some overlapping space and for those pieces, some neat things all the way to the bottom of the butt. Yeah, and also without this brushwork for the line, it won't be beautiful, only color. You know, kind of made some beautiful texture like thing. Yeah, make some line if you think you need for the outer things a little bit, make it connected, like in between 2 arrows or among arrows. Even a little bit dot like small strokes make texture there. I mean, tiny arrow and become only the dot things you can see, you know, some structure thing. That's the meaning of that. A little bit, because later it will show a little bit of texture like things, rougher, stronger than the petal part, right? Petal part, you know, this kind of, it's very pure tender. Okay, you want in the same picture and actually the real things for the plants, right? This part, tough, succulent-like thing. Also, some people call this tropical succulent. Okay, guess what? The last things for sketch is a little bit like a little bit like wing things here to help the color. And for the things in between, I set as the passing place for these leaves, like the sunken area. Some small place will live out with just with the color, but some bigger place, not the circled for fill in the blank for the color, is without the line, just the color, not beautiful enough. So I do a little bit, even like a dot things or very things there. So I will do some of them, but not everywhere. When you color it, you will see just a very pale red pink color. Better. Especially some people didn't do the pause very well, so you do some things a little bit ink stand out things, and later you do the color. Oh, beautiful. So even the partially repeat the color for that, and doesn't have to be very carefully to repeat or carefully to fill in the blank. No, just partially repeat or overlapping some. It's just fine. Okay, I think mostly I have done things. Okay, then next step, we are going to explain how to do the strokes for the petal, how to color the petal, and then started to color it. Okay, I'm going to take off this to the lightbox and give you 5 minutes short break, and if you need to get your color on the handout and get the paper and the felt, even this sized paper, but still sometimes you want the underneath, put the felt there. Okay, then we'll start to color it. Yeah, give you 5 minutes, change brush or water. Okay, so 9:51, see you 9:56.